Welcome or welcome back to day 140 of our test journey to 1500 ELO on chess.com. Recently, our average viewership per video has gone up from about 200 to 300. So I really thank all of you guys and welcome you to the channel, and thanks for tuning in and following this journey and supporting me each and every day. A lot of you guys are not subscribed yet, which would be really fun to see, as we're almost at 500 subscribers and halfway to 8,000, at which point we can get monetized, which would be really fun. Currently, less than half of you guys are subscribed, even much less rather, but of the people who tend to normally watch, about half of you are subscribed, and if a bit more were subscribed, it feels so unnatural asking about subscribers, etc. But if you like the content, feel free to go ahead and subscribe and support this small channel where we play chess. So, well, I guess that's it for our introduction for today. Let's just jump on ahead into our game and have a blast. If we get a high level opponent today, and by high level I mean relative to our rating, they would be a bit higher. They aren't today. We get Chiamurthy from India, rated 1456. If we had a higher rated opponent, maybe 1580s or something or above, we could have gotten 10 plus points for a win, and this could have been the day we got past 1500. But we're still going to be playing as well as possible today. We have a Slav defense on our hands. Pretty sure this is our move here. I do not love it, but apparently we did have an alternative here. Typically speaking, I've seen e3 being the move in this Slav defense, as opposed to this, which I would have liked in some positions to get our bishop out. We have a shallop defense, which I do not honestly know what is, but well, I guess it's this, whatever this is. So let's just keep on developing. We transposed into a normal Slav defense. Now we're back in a shallop. Yeah, a shallop. Yeah, there are so many variations. You can't really keep track of them all. Let's come up here. Our threat here, I think, might just be coming here and winning the bishop here. At least that's what I see, because if we didn't go here, the bishop could have come here and targeted this, which would have been annoying. Now this was played, which I think is perfectly fine as well. We come out with the bishop, we have to move it twice, but hopefully it's not the end of the world. Our opponent comes out here. Now this definitely seems like an option. This pawn is loose and the bishop is undefended. Let's go here, in fact. I cannot see how this is not just good for us. Once again, following the motto here of playing quick chess, making our moves quickly. I do not think this is good, because I'm pretty sure we have this, after which we should be able to win this pawn after forcing the bishop back, and if it takes, I think we are probably happy as well with the bishop here. Let's assume that's correct and push a3. Our opponent has to take. They do, and well, we have the option here, I guess, of... Oh yeah, I'd say check. I was looking for some juicy stuff here for a second, but it doesn't work because we're in check. We have this option. Honestly, I do not quite know what the best move is. I think this will be played though, because then we can target this pawn immediately, and we can support this pawn, which could be weak in case our opponent wants to go for a pawn push. So this pawn structure here seemed a bit loose. It's not quite as loose now. This, I think, wins material. Because this, and we have some geometry here, which seems to work out in our favor. Just want to double check here, we don't want to blunder material. This. What does our opponent have here? Surely there is not this move, right? No, I think we would just come up there. So it should be okay. This. We get 2 pawns. Our opponent cannot defend this bishop while also blocking. And there is no counter threat, I'm pretty sure. This, there is no way. Oh, there this? Well, that might be scary. No, never mind. We can come back here and defend our queens, which I think should be fine. So let's take. Might come as a shock to our opponent. We'll take. And we'll pick up this bishop. Would be funny now if there was... It's defended by a pawn. How come I see this now? How come I see this bishop is defended now? Well, that's just horrendously bad, isn't it? Yeah, that's... wow. How do I miss it? It was defended all along, I guess. I guess we're making stuff complicated for the plot or something. Let's just say that's the case, because otherwise this is going to be difficult to defend. The decision that is of going for the move. I guess we'll castle this turned into a slight mess here, but we'll try and see what we can get done still. I was going to take this for a second. Did I just turn to mush or something? My brain, that is. Might just have been. This is not fun because there is this, and our opponent is going to get this, which we don't like. Do we keep this knight pinned while maintaining pressure here? I think that's probably okay. Then we can come back through c2, or well, not quite, would lose our queen once again. But this is probably a decent maneuver. Knight to b6, and there is bishop, or queen rather, to a5. Well, let's go here. Our bishop here is kind of blocked in. Let's go here, maybe push. This might be a threat. Our a pawn, it might become it might definitely become an asset for us. We'll have to see. The c pawn might as well if we get enough moves in. 2 moves here, and this is really strong as it's a passed pawn and a protected one at that. Honestly, it's funny here. I'm not seeing a Diaz at all. There was this even, which I did not realize until afterwards, but the pawn would have been defended by this. But yeah, I'm missing stuff. I'm missing stuff this game for sure, and it's not ideal, but it is how it is. We're still going to play for a win here. I don't think our chances are all that bad. Still, this looks really intriguing. If we get to pick up this pawn as well, we might have some really good chances here of just turning our pawns into more than pawns. This and this is not possible. Also, the a5 pawn is loose. Oh, wait a second. Is this dangerous? Not quite, because this still defends here, so I think we should be good for the time being. So let's come up, see what we can get done here. Don't quite love what happens here in some positions, but that's going to have to be combined with this idea to generate sufficient threats. This is covered. This as well. Throw down 1 point of material. Let's try and turn that around. Would love to kick this knight out so we can get this bishop up and connect our rooks. But we may just be able to connect the rooks if we get to play this move. Okay, so what happens here? Do we have this move first? That would be intriguing. And then if this is played, takes, 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 and we get this. I think this looks good, right? Seems quite promising, in fact. Our opponent might want to go for this immediately, as it seems to trap this rook, but, well, we won't allow it. I'm really hoping I'm not blundering stuff again. I think this is good. I'm really hoping so. 3 pawns up. I do like our chances here. Considering the full piece blunder, this is more than we could have asked for in some positions. This will be pushing the knight out, and then this is no longer a fork. Okay, let's go for it. I did not see a good alternative, and we'll try and save some time here, as the position might just get a bit more complicated later on. The knight jumps in. This here looks scary, so maybe we should probably, be moving at least one piece there. We can't go here though because of this, but can we lock our bishop down here? Not necessarily, I think. Or maybe. If we get this, this, and this, then this configuration seems scary. Does the knight here have any threats? It could go here, but that's covered. It could go here, it's covered as well. So I think we're pretty decently positioned there. How about this rook? Our opponent might be intending to go here, but that's currently unavailable. Yeah, so let's go here. I think. Or how about this move then? We don't get time to push this pawn up in that case. So maybe we'll be moving the queen first. And we might be looking for a temporary position like this. Yeah, that's probably more like it. And how do we go about doing that? I think by coming here, actually. There is this scary spot here, but the knight is not threatened there. So let's evaluate what happens if we go here. First of all, this is still available, but I think we should be able to cover it quite well. We could even go here and preemptively kill those ideas. Alternatively, this is covered. This is... oh, it's not covered. Because this and there is this, in fact. But, well, if we go here and this is played, I think we just drop back and we might have a better square than we might have had in some other positions. Yeah, so basically I think we're landing on the idea here of getting our queen to c4. still... No, we're not down material. We are even now. I kind of forgot. This comes with this threat. So we'll have to be careful there if that's played. This sets up some nasty stuff, I think. But currently I feel like we've got stuff covered. Can we come here? You know what? Let's go here maybe. Don't think that's bad. If this is played... Maybe we don't want to leave our a-pawn though. Can we jump in here? Nope. Nope. Not happening. Not blundering pieces for fun. We blundered once this game. That should be more than enough. We still have a lot of time as a margin here, but we'll still have to be kind of careful with our time because, well, we don't want to lose on time, as we have before. I do want to start and pressure this, but we don't quite control this well enough. How about this? There is still the d2 square, but it's covered by the bishop and the knight. This, let's say... Oh, never mind, there is this move, I think. Or maybe not. It's annoying here, the bishop is staring down at this square. Would like to evacuate, or not evacuate, to evict the knights to force them out. Maybe we could do it by coming here. Starting to force the pieces back a bit, but we can't quite take advantage of it. I'm finding it difficult here to make a lot of improvements. Here, I think this is probably good if and only if it allows us to get here maybe, at least. Yeah, because I don't want this to be a threat, but I don't see a good move by this knight, which could generate sufficient threats to make a revealed attack possible. Let's see if this is played. Oh, that's probably what would be played then, and then we would lose material, so I take it back. That's probably not the best move, the move I was looking at. This? No, but then this is bad. Yeah, I don't know here. This is a bit weird in a sense. I'm really struggling to find moves here. But I think this is probably good. Just locking stuff down here seems solid. Then our stuff is not hanging on the queen side, and we'll just find a way here, I guess, of configuring our pieces. This block here of minor pieces is a nuisance. We'll try and find our way of dealing with those pieces if given the chance. An opportune h3 is definitely not bad either, I think, but currently this bishop does way more harm along this diagonal. There might be some way of pushing pieces out here. That would be interesting. Let's say we come... Not quite, because if we go here, this knight probably moves. But what I was looking at was this, forcing the knight back, and then we have a fork here, which would be quite strong, I think, if we are able to play it. Still, this is a move. It's not incredibly dangerous. We would just move our queen. It would simply be flexing this pin here. What? Okay, I hope I didn't miss anything. Is this pawn lost now, maybe? Hmm. We are hit here. This pawn has to remain defended. Can we come here? This is kind of a double threat. And this is defended here. So let's say we go here, for instance. The knight is hanging and we are immediately threatening a queen trade. I think it looks pretty decent. If this is played, we go here. And then I think we prepare this pushing, which could be backed up by our rooks at an opportune moment. I think we'll be going here. I definitely don't mind this. This and this, and this doesn't hang because the knight hangs. Yeah, let's go. Once again, I'm emphasizing, hoping I did not miss anything here. For example, this isn't available now. In another position, it might have been. I think us asking the questions we are asking here of our opponent seems to be working out, at least thus far, despite previously blundering a piece. Still think this is good, right? 2 pieces for 1. This will be lost, but in this position we have this, and the material is equal, but that's just the material count. It doesn't quite reflect the real position here, I think, as I'm pretty sure those 2 pawns here and the knight are more valuable than this rook. But this rook is quite active though, so it's maybe difficult to say. Can we come here? No, I think maybe coming up here is good. Activating our knight. If we get checked, we'll be moving around here and getting our king into a better position. Our pawn chain here is quite strong, and this pawn can't hit at our pawn structure. This rook could get active down here, definitely an option. If this is played, we don't have this fork, first of all. No, never mind, that's not an option, but there is this check down here, so we don't immediately win material there. Our opponent has to be careful of back rank stuff as well though, so we'll just have to keep that in mind as we go on here. I think our opponent wants this. What do we want? A win, I guess. What else? Not a whole lot else. I think this looks good, right? But then this looks weak though. How about coming here and threatening the f pawn and double pushing our c pawn? I think we should be safe. The rooks can't generate sufficient threats, I think, against us. If this is pushed, it is. Then what do we do? We could come here, I guess, but I don't quite see what it would accomplish. It kind of blocks our pawns, and we want to advance our pawns. Can we threaten this pawn? Not easily. We would have to come here, which we definitely cannot do all that easily. We can hit this rook. If we come here, this, 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 and this maybe. It might be annoying. Can we come here from behind though? Then we might be able to get in here. This isn't the easiest position to play, I have to say. But we'll find something for sure. I'm pretty confident. Okay, let's go here first. Hitting this rook. It can't come here, but it could check us, of course. Could definitely be an option for our opponent. They could go here as well, forcing us to move the knight, because if we go here, there is this move, forcing our king away from the defense of the knight. Yeah, this is no good. So we'll have to move the knight again. Maybe here, targeting this pawn immediately. Oh, there is one threat here though. This threatening a letter mate. But if we go here and this is played, pretty sure we just have d2 to be honest. And we should be safe. So let's just wrap around here. This is played. This looks interesting. And then we can push here maybe. And as we push the d pawn, our c pawn will be defended by the knight. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't see a good argument against doing this. This, and we go here first. And then we take. And I'm pretty sure the pawns here are a bit too strong for our opponent. Still, we have to be careful of our king here, of any kind of checkmate patterns as well. We do not want to lose the game, of course. This is definitely not the move, I think. We'll take here first. The king is first into the corner. Oh, I see. This cuts us off from going here, so I think we have to come here so as not to get checkmated. A really cool tactic by our opponent, but luckily I think we spotted it. And it doesn't lose us the game. Because this and... Let's have a quick look here. No, we don't want to blunder the rook. Never mind. But what happens here though? If we move the rook, or the knight rather, the rook is lost. So that's no good. Let's say we go here. This is played. Oh, I think we might have this there. Yeah, that's probably what we need to play. I think we should be able to save our king in that position. This pawn is weak, but it's currently not targeted, so it should not be all that bad. We're getting close here. We have two connected passed pawns. If we trade off one pair of rooks, pretty confident. The game looks to be a win there. Oh, this is playable. Really? Does this work? No way, right? There is no way this works. Does this just forcibly win material? It would really suck if it does. What happens here? I think we can save it like this. Targeting this. This could be played, but then this and this, and we trade even material, which I think should be okay. our opponent is creating difficult positions for us to play. This is not easy at all, I have to say. But at least we're managing for now. We just have to be careful in regards to our time situation. Okay, we get to trade down and we get a fork here, which might lead to a lot of pawns falling. We get checked. I think we'll be coming up this way now. And if this is played, we push our h-pawn. Let's go here. This is a fork. If this is played, seems we're winning this pawn, most likely. I'm feeling quite confident here. We have 6 pawns for 1. Still this, and we go, oh yeah, this is good as well. Our opponent's king can't target this, and well, they can't quite hit our pawn structure. Let's come back around here maybe. Where do we want to end up? Maybe here? So let's go this way, I guess. Then I think we want to push this h-pawn first, which in and of itself seems like a good move, as it does get this pawn further up the board. So we have threats here and threats here. The most important thing here is we do not lose this pawn, but it's entirely unlosable because our opponent's king can never target it. Let's push this pawn. And our opponent's rook can't even get to it now, and our king defends this indefinitely. This and this, and we have a good position for the knight, from which we can jump around wherever we should want to. This, we have this, and the rook can't come here because of the knight. Let's come back here now. This might allow us to push this pawn and keep it defended. We'll have to see what we end up doing. This is just an immediate threat of a fork as well, which would be really good for us. Our king cannot be targeted by the rook as it's surrounded by pawns on all 4 sides. So I'm pretty sure here this is as ideal of a structure as we could get here, as so whatsoever. This, and we don't win this pawn. I think we'll be jumping around with the knight instead, getting it to a better square before committing. The position here should still be decisively winning for us. Okay, how do we go about this? Do we push this pawn? And this is not the time to be wasting our clock here. I guess we push it, create a threat, and hopefully back it up as we get the chance. Can we go here? Yeah, I think we can. This is covered. We've got ourselves defended, and we might have connected passed pawns, which can be escorted by the king if needs be. We're obviously creating some weaknesses here for ourselves, but that's going to have to happen sooner or later if we're to win this game. Our opponent wants this, which makes sense, I guess. Threatening to take this. How much do we care about that, though? I think we'll just have to care about it, I guess. Go here. This, this, this. Still think this looks a bit scary for our opponent. We have pawns aplenty. Shouldn't be bad for us, I think. This is a massive threat. Now there is no check, and the rook has to sacrifice itself. And we will have 2 pawns remaining, which should be enough to get a queen and convert the game. Might have been a more accurate way of doing this, but I still think this should be sufficient to get the W. Our opponent is thinking here. There is no real way of taking the queen here geometrically once it promotes, apart from sacrificing. No check, as I mentioned, because of this. Our opponent can't block because of our knight positioning. So because there is no threat with the rook, only real move might have been with the king, but well, if you move the king here, we of course promote, and we have the same kind of situation. This doesn't even work for 2 reasons. The knight covering this, and the queen covering it as well. So our opponent resigns here, and we get the win. We're up to 1497. 1 win away if we get the win. We'll go ahead here and say thanks for the game to our opponent today as well. Thanks to Chiamurthy from India for the game. Let's jump ahead into the game review and have a look. I do see we had a blunder. We might have even had more, depending on what this deeper analysis says. 84.6% for us, 80.6% for our opponent. We did have 1 blunder, 5 mistakes and inaccuracy, and a decent spread of good moves as well. Let's just go through this and have a look here. I suspect our blunder was this, yeah. Not my proudest moment, but well, we did in fact recover today, which I didn't quite expect, but that's a welcome sight. At this point already we were even, which is kind of bizarre, but it's really cool. Apparently there is this move here. Ooh, I see the threat, but it's not all that difficult, or easy rather, to spot, I think. It's an interesting tactical idea, but we got this instead. This wasn't the best move. I kind of misevaluated it. For which reason? Oh, this is still hanging, I guess. and we can't go here and defend because of the bishop. But this, and we got a decent conversion. Apparently we should have pushed here already, I didn't quite see it. And this kind of blundered our lead. In this position, apparently g4. I would have not played d4 here, but I guess we do create some space and there are some complications maybe. Yeah, I think this is more natural, but well, it wasn't as concrete. Oh, there is this threat, so we would have had to push this pawn either way, and apparently g5 or g4 is better than g3. We went here, which was the incorrect way of going around it, going around, or reacting. Should have come in front of our pawns. This is an idea, I guess. I thought this was good as well, coming around here, and apparently it's not the way to go. We went here, this was bad for our opponent. In this position, they should have went here, and then what? Oh wow, this is scary, because now we can't get our king out of this little cage down here because of the pawn. So if we go here, then we would have to go here maybe, and well, this isn't fun. Still we have some winning chances down here, but the position has complicated itself significantly. Well, this was still good for us at least. Really happy to have found this move. Spent about half our time. It was definitely worth it. Sorry, just have to sit back up. Kind of slowly moved down in the chair. Slid down there. We got all the pawns, and from this point on it's really only a matter of conversion, as I'm typically like to say, but well, apparently we did convert in an okay manner here, and at this point our opponent resigned. So that's our game for today. We're at 1497 points. Maybe, just maybe, tomorrow is the day. So once again here, thanks to Chia Murthy from India for the game. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, guys. Hoping you have a fantastic rest of your days. This has been our game for today, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for maybe our finale of this entire, I was going to say season, it might just even be a season if we end up doing a journey to 2000 afterwards. Well, bye bye guys.